right, fight fans joining us now. Friend to the room, fresh off the jet, literally fresh off the jet. We were both out there in London. AJ Franklin, trainer of the year, Derek James.
What's up, champ?
What's up, man? How y'all doing, man?
Good, thank you.
Good, man. It's great to see you out there. Congratulations on the win. You set out to make some subtle changes in AJ, bring the best out of him, and I saw a better fighter that night, especially defensively. How satisfied were you with what you saw from Anthony Joshua?
Well, man, I was happy because he did exactly what I wanted him to do. People said they wanted to see him do this or that. That wasn't in my plan because it's like this. When getting with somebody new, you have to simplify it to where he's not thinking about it, that he can just do it naturally, right? So when people say, you see the same old AJ, no, you didn't see the same old AJ. Because of the movements and everything that he did to take away from, I mean, think about this. Jermaine Franklin is a tough fighter, and he's going to fight you to the end. But we never let him get in the fight. Right. Never got involved.
Right.
Do you feel like the criticism that he's getting about, not knocking out Franklin is ridiculous since no one really knows the durability of Franklin's chin?
I think that, put it like this. It was a good fight. Would I want him to knock it out? Yeah, I mean, cool, because listen, I like him, but I don't ask my guys to do that because it's a whole lot of pressure. So I would rather not put a lot of pressure on them than them do what they do. But my whole deal was to fight Franklin, get past this, and just keep working on his depth, and there's more depth and more depth and more depth. So the fight that people want to see him fight, they're going to see it eventually because after this fight, we'll get another one. Anyway, so with more time, he'll be here in like 3 weeks. We're getting back popping. So it's like,
you saw you as a trainer and going through that training camp with him, you saw the improvements. He executed what you want, but there's still other gears to go into. There's still other levels that you already see him getting to in the future.
Oh yeah, because I only touched on something simple, right? Strategy. He followed the strategy and game plan. So if anybody want to talk about Josh, was talking about me because all in the game plans, all in the strategy. He just did what I asked him to do, right?
Yes.
Now, like I said, if he would have, go ahead and mash the gas, pick up the pace a little bit because I think Franklin was really kind of like, he was so discouraged that we could easily knock him out. But, be mad at me, talk about me. Because it was all strategy, it was all game plan, and he followed it to the T. He did exactly what I asked him to do. So be mad at me.
What was the best moment of the fight? Thinking back, was it that 11th round, that body shot, or what?
I think that I'm gonna tell you like this. I saw the consistency of it all. So to me, it's the whole thing because to be able to follow a strategy and something like that, and really you kind of holding yourself back as a fighter sometimes. That he didn't, he did what I asked him to do. Just keep work on the stick. And, it was because there's so much other things I could tell him to do and that he was working on in the gym. But I had to dial back and say, let me simplify it. Right. Let me make it to where he doesn't have to think about it, he just does it, right? So people say the same old, listen, man, you never seen him take away every attribute of this guy. This guy's a counterpuncher. We know that, right? So he didn't counterpunch. If he was able to counterpunch him, he blocked the shot, or he was in a position where he couldn't do a counterpunch at all. So
yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you, Derek. Is that something you worked on a lot? Because I noticed his defense was a lot better in terms of catching shots, right? So many left hooks that Franklin threw, AJ caught him. He would throw the right hand and bring it right back. Is that something that you zeroed in on in camp, like defense?
Right, no doubt, yeah, because you gotta, I'm watching Franklin, I said, well, he throws a lot of check hooks, so you wanna make sure you keep that conscious that you're throwing the jab, you're doing everything else you're doing, but you have to be conscious about the defensive aspect of it, to block the shot or to be here, to be there. So it was like, he did everything I asked him to do. So really, if people have like grief or whatever, come talk to me.
Yeah,
and then
I like that.
See how successful they are.
Do you think he can get to the point where he's not only catching those shots and countering right back?
That's
catching
right.
and shooting,
That's
catching and
right.
shooting?
Just watch.
Just watch.
Like this. He did a little bit of that. He started to do a little bit of that in the fight. He started to counter a little bit with the right. I saw him do a couple of them. But like, listen, it's like this.
Be patient. Be patient.
Yeah. But before I'm working with him on this, we talked the other day. And Barack and I talked. It's like I was working with him, and then I had to self-assess myself and say, I can't train him like I train Errol, Jamel, Frank, right? Because he's not where they are, right? With fame and success, but it's not about that. It's about from the technical, educational aspect of it. He's not where they are. So you can't even. Some of the things that they do, I can't even think about it. And this is the thing about it. There's not a lot of skilled boxers in boxing, period.
Right.
They mimic Floyd or they mimic somebody they've seen, but so when they talk about what AJ's doing, who they comparing him to?
Right.
Well, that's a good point, especially in the heavyweight division. Yeah, you're right.
And then listen. I'm saying as the whole of boxing, most of the good fighters who are good now mimic Floyd.
That's a good point.
To the T. So is it really them or is it something that they seen? And what happens is when what you imitate, you didn't get enough depth from what you saw to imitate. You know what I'm saying?
In other words, Floyd developed himself into that, right? So he hit every aspect of the art, and these dudes just trying to see what they see on the surface. They're trying to emulate that.
Right. So in the heavyweight, Tyson Fury's a good boxer, man. I've seen him fight. I've seen him box Wilder. I mean, because that's the only fight I really seen him fight was Deontay Wilder. But I saw him fighting 3 times, and he's a good fighter. Yeah. So I mean, I'm not saying he's a good fighter. I mean, everybody's madly in love with everybody right now. So I mean,
I hear you.
They think he's popping. I like him. I think he's a good fighter.
Yeah, I think so as well. So I know you don't make any decisions on your fighters' opponents, but I think Eddie Hearn and a couple other people were saying that probably Dillian White would be next. Do you think that's the good progression for Anthony Joshua?
I mean, I think it could be. I mean, I don't know because like I said, I don't. I'm not in that part of it, but we'll see, because it could be him, or it could be it could be somebody else. I don't know.
Now Deontay Wilder is synonymous with Anthony Joshua, and we know technically he himself has his deficiencies, right? How does that match up for you as a trainer? Like, do you like that matchup for AJ?
Well, it's not my deal. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get my.
You can't get that out of him.
No, I just want to know from just a trainer standpoint.
It's real though. I think Deontay Wilder's a good fighter, man. I think now he's going through his developmental process also, with Malik Scott is developing his skill set, whatever. So it's like, I think to say, man, just keep pushing on. I mean, I think that they're both in similar situations. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's true. Trying to give more depth. So I mean, everybody can punch in the heavyweight division. Everybody can punch. Right. It's not even about that. It's about what can you do outside of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it is. So that's cool though.
Yeah, we know that AJ loves Texas, because I hear him saying, "Look, he made a statement." Barack, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. He said, "Man, it's dead in the UK. I'm ready to go back to Texas."
Yeah, he did.
What is it about Texas, Derek?
Well, it's the teaching. It's the teaching.
It's the barbecue.
It's probably what it is. I don't know if he eats that or not, but no, it's really about just working and I think the atmosphere, man. You know what I'm saying? The atmosphere and the ability to just be himself and not really kind of be caged in. Because I mean, it's like you're a hostage to your own celebrity.
Right. Wow. Right. You said something to me the other day in London I thought was brilliant. You said that the bulk of the training, the bulk of the learning rather, happens in between fights, not when you're specifically training for someone. So you excited about him coming back in 3 weeks so that you could just work on whatever you need to work on?
That's right, without a doubt. I can't wait because it's like, this is when if you think about this, he came, I had 10 weeks to work with him, right? So 2 of the first 2 weeks was for him to be able to get on my reaction time, my speed, my timing. As I move fast, I'm moving around, I'm bouncing around, I'm doing all this stuff. For him to be able to get to that. The last 8 weeks was all about Jermaine Franklin. So now we have time in between so I can work with him, develop on the skill set, and kind of just like do a mini camp. So by the time we're doing the mini camp, by the time training camp starts, he's already in shape. So we're just focusing 100% on the opponent. But like this, they just asked, like, before this call, say 20 minutes before the call, they asked me about coming back.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So they're happy with everything. Yeah. As they should be, because honestly, and I mean that not because, you know what I'm saying, we're cool, but I saw a way better skilled AJ on Saturday night. Now, can we squeeze anything out of you about Errol Spence and what's next for him?
I don't know anything. I've been gone. I mean, I listen. Yeah. Hey, man, listen. I've been so consumed with AJ and the whole UK thing. And to be honest, listen, I haven't talked to his people. I haven't talked to them, so I don't know anything. I really don't.
Do you know if Errol and, you know, Jamel and those guys, your camp, were they behind you rooting, watching the fight? I'm assuming so.
They are. Yeah, man. Man, listen, man. It's all love because they want to see me win. Like they really want to see me win. That's the good thing about it. Like we all. I'm there to help them win, but they all want to see me win with the other guys also.
Right. How did the UK treat you?
It was good, man. It was good, man. I mean, even leaving today, the airport, like a whole lot of love. Saw a lot of little young fighters in the airport. It was cool, man. It was dope. You know. Now listen, the people on the internet.
Well, they
really was like, they really kind of. I'm gonna stop doing it. I'm doing y'all interviews, but I'm gonna stop doing interviews with everybody else.
Yeah, I hear you, brother.
Don't do us like that.
It's gonna have to be some like, you know, some PBC stuff. They say we need to do this, or if Eddie DAZN, I got you. No, but other than that, no, I ain't doing it because
we appreciate you, bro.
I hear you, brother. Thank you.
Because you really can't, like, you know. I mean, but we good, man. Don't worry about this. But I'm just saying, as a whole, like, yeah, man.
Well, look,
it's too crazy.
We can't wait to see the next time out, man. I'm pretty sure it's going to be better. Congrats again on a big win, and we'll talk to you soon, brother. Take it easy.
Thanks, no doubt, man. Thanks.
Introducing the new DAZN Boxing Show podcast. No matter the time or the place, getting your boxing content has become easier than ever. Tune in as we give you exclusive insights, predictions, fight night recaps, and more alongside the biggest names in the game. All for free. Available globally every Thursday across all audio streaming platforms and with new episodes dropping weekly to give you the latest news. Just type in the DAZN Boxing Show podcast, listen in, and enjoy.